Hari Om to everyone.
Gurubhyo Namaha, Guruji.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
Jyotish Kasi, can you render the prayer? Yeah.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sagaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastuvatshavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Hari Om to everyone. Welcome back to one more video tutorial on astrology. This time we have an experienced astrologer, Mrs. Jaya Ravi. She is the guest speaker today. Welcome, madam.
Sir, good evening. Good evening to all.
Yes.
Nice to be with you all today, this evening. It's a pleasure for me, and I thank Mr. Dhilip Kumar for giving me this opportunity. At this juncture, I wish to thank each and every one of you assembled here to listen to my teaching section. So I will try to do my best, definitely.
Thank you. I request Kishore Kumar Jain, who is a chess coach, a leading chess coach in Tamil Nadu, to introduce Mrs. Jaya Ravi.
First of all, let me salute the Almighty, my Guruji, and all my gurus and preceptors, not only of this life, but also the past lives, because astrology is not just a one lifetime journey. It is such a complex subject. It requires many lifetimes of practice and hard work with sincerity and devotion. And in this lifetime, I'm blessed to have Guruji Shri P.K. Dhilip Kumarji's guidance, which came abruptly in my life, which came suddenly in my life, and with his finger leading, like how parents lead children to the education that they need. Today, he is guiding us towards another awesome session with our esteemed chief guest today, Srimati Jaya Ravi, who is an experienced and skilled astrologer, Vedic astrologer, specifically in the line of Krishnamurti Padati, if I'm not mistaken, and more of counseling and sympathetic astrological sessions, which has given her an acclaim, not only in Chennai, but outside of Chennai, and I believe even abroad. Her clientele are from all parts of the world. One thing that I've been interested in hearing from Sri Jaya Ravi is her interaction with her Guruji, who, by the way, is esteemed Madurai Maharishi Ponnaya Swamigal. Today, I would request Mrs. Jaya Ravi ji to share whatever information that she would like to present to us in this journey of learning astrology, and how she applies this Tatwartha, the Kaal Purusha Tatwartha, in coming to a conclusion or in reaching the predictions that is much needed in this complex subject. And however confusing the subject may be, learning it from an esteemed guru should definitely be like a light in this dark, chaotic, complex subject. So I would like to request Sri Jaya Ravi ji to please start her session. And we would also be, if I'm not mistaken, Guruji, can we also ask questions at the end of the session? Will we be given some time?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Once she is finished giving us the knowledge, then I'm sure we can have a little bit of discussion if time permits, right?
Definitely, Guruji.
Okay.
So I'd like to request Jaya Ravi ji on behalf of all of us, both present at the moment and also the people who are going to hear the recordings
Watch this video.
in the
yes.
future,
Okay.
and to learn from Jayaji about how she developed her passion. She developed the intuition that is so much needed for astrological counseling and predictions. Once again, I am really happy to have two stalwarts present in this occasion to guide us. Thank you, Guruji, and thank you, Jayaji. Please, request you to start now.
Thank you, Kishore, for the nice words about me. And I think I should, I am really proud to be among this group because it's a very prestigious group. I've heard of Mr. Dhilip Kumar, and of course, he was my virtual guru also initially. I used to watch his videos. So I learned my basics only through Dhilip Kumar ji. So I'm really thankful to him. And today I am here in front of him to teach some subject. So it's really an honor for me. At this juncture, I would also like to thank my Guruji, Maharishi Kanya Swamigal, for having taught me this subject. And today, because of him, I am here in front of you to share my knowledge with you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shall we start?
Yes, we are all eagerly, waiting
Okay.
for your instructions.
Actually, this Kaal Purusha Tattva techniques, normally in astrology, I think all those who are in astrology will be very familiar with this term Kaal Purusha Tattva. This is nothing but the kundli for the nature. Kaal is nothing but time, and the Purusha is like we personify the nature. So we give the title as Kaal Purusha Tatwartha. So this Rashi Mandal, zodiac, has got so many salient features and so many secrets deposited into this Rashi Mandal. And of course, we all know certain things which are there, but many of the things we have to explore and find out. So these are the techniques which are used to give predictions for an empty box. That is, I am talking about the Kundli. Only with the Lagna, you can be able to give predictions about the person. So at least 50 to 60%, I can give you a guarantee. The predictions will come correct. Okay. But you may wonder, without the planets, how come you can predict? But this is the magic about this Kaal Purusha Tatwartha. Okay, this is what our Guruji has taught us. So just with the Lagna, you are able to predict the entire life of a person. So how this is going to work? And you may be wondering. See, our Rashi Mandal, all the signs have many features and it is classified into so many categories. The first and foremost is the Tatwartha, the first Tatwartha which we talk about, the Rashi Mandal, is Dharma, Ardha, Kama, Moksha. These are the four classifications. The next prominent one will be based on the elements. That is, we all know fire, earth, air, and water. And of course, the sky Tatwartha is not there. There is no separate allocation. But there is a secret behind it. Okay. The sky Tatwartha is nothing but it is taken by the Pushya Nakshatra and the Punarvashu. So the Punarvashu Nakshatra, this is what was taught by my Guru. Okay. I don't know whether this is in any of the books or what. Probably you might be knowing much about the Vedic books. But this secret was revealed by my Guruji. So the sky Tatwartha is nothing but the Punarvashu Nakshatra. It takes the oxygen from the space and it sends it through the windpipe, which goes into the lungs. So the Punarvashu is the connecting nakshatra, because we all know that Cancer sign is the place where our chest and the lungs and heart, all these are in the body organs. It is there only. So this Punarvashu is the connecting nakshatra which absorbs the oxygen and sends it through the windpipe into the lungs, where it is purified and sent to the heart. And again, that process is being done and it is sent through the heart. The blood is purified there and it is sent to the other parts of the body. So Pushya Nakshatra also takes an important role in this. So there is no separate allocation for sky Tatwartha. But these two nakshatras play a very important role in that. Okay? This is a secret. So when I heard this, it was really amazing. And to some extent, it was also proven in some horoscopes where Punarvashu and the Pushya were, when it was not properly placed or it was not in the proper placement, some people had some problem in the chest and lungs and all this. So it was all proven. So we all tested because we all studied under him and we wanted to test also. So obviously when you learn something new, you have to test it. Then only you will be convinced about the subject. Okay. Now, see this classification, the elements, the 5 elements, again, there are Shara, Stira, that is movable, fixed and dual sign. So these signs, again, you see there are different classifications under that. Shara is, as we all know, it is Mesha, Kataka, Tula and Makara. But they all belong to different elements. So can we say that all the Shara Rashis or movable signs are going to give the same result? No. When it is in fire, the result is going to be different. When it is water, when it is air, and when it is earth, it is going to be different. It's not going to be the same. So we cannot consider all the same. Similarly, in other elements also, these classifications are there. So when we apply this technique of Kaal Purusha Tatwartha in analyzing a horoscope, it is giving you a better clarity and definitely 50 to 60% the results are coming correct. So how you are going to use this technique, that is more important. See, any Lagna, you may be born in any Lagna, but you have to compare the houses with the Kaal Purusha's house. See, for example, if you are born in Rishabha Lagna, that becomes the second house of Kaal Purusha, right? So now when you take the results for Rishabha Lagna, you should always incorporate the features of the house, which it is, the Kaal Purusha's house, that points, that features also you have to incorporate and then give the predictions. See, for example, Rishabha Lagna is second house of Kaal Purusha. It is house of wealth, family, speech, eyesight, and all this. I'm telling only the basic things. There are so many other significations, but I'm just talking about these 4. Okay, when a person is born in Rishabha Lagna, immediately you can say that this person, throughout his lifetime, he is not going to have any shortage for food, clothing, and shelter because it's a house of wealth and prosperity. So he may be a rich man or even a poor man, but still his basic needs are always sufficient and provided by the nature. He is not going to have any scarcity. So this prediction you can give. And similarly, the second one, his speech is going to be very attractive because it's the second house of Kaal Purusha, house of speech. So that means this Rishabha Lagna person is going to be a very good orator, or if not an orator, at least among a crowd, his communication is going to be very effective, very attractive, and he will be a center of attraction in a crowd. So all these things, when you say about a person who was born in Rishabha Lagna, he will immediately say, yes, that will be correct. It will be matching for his character. And similarly, in terms of taste for food, he will, Rishabha Lagna person will always love to eat tasty food, very, spicy food, tasty food and all that. And also about his wealth also you can say. Then he will be very close to his mother because the mother Karaka moon gets exalted in Rishabha. So the Rishabha person will always be very close to his mother and also to the family. So because it is house of family for Kaal Purusha. Like this is a simple example I am giving you. Like this, you have to compare the Kaal Purusha's house signification with the Lagna of the person. Like this, it goes on for all the houses. Then the second house becomes the third house of Kaal Purusha. Then that means what? He is going to be close to his siblings. So he will be very caring for his siblings, because third house is house of siblings in Kaal Purusha. And for him, it is second house of family. So that means he is going to be very close to his siblings. And then his communication skills. See, the nakshatras prevailing there, you must also take into consideration the nakshatras which are prevailing in that Rashi. So I think Nirasirsha, third and fourth pada, and then Arudra, then Punarvashu, stars are there. So based on the qualities of those nakshatras also, you have to incorporate some features and you have to talk about the person. So this is how Kaal Purusha Tatwartha works. For all the lagnas, you can speak like this. So for the sake of demonstration, I have taken Kanya Lagna today for demo. So can I go into that, sir? Dhilip,
Yes,
sir?
yes, definitely.
So
I have
this
given
is
you
just-
the option to share. The share screen option is available to you.
No, sir. Actually, this is not. Actually, this is just a handwritten notes which
Oh,
I have.
okay. Okay,
So
okay.
today I may not be in a position to share.
In that case, what I can do, I think, is I can have a blank chart and maybe parallelly, like with whatever you're saying, I can do something about it, right?
Yeah, if it is possible, because the time duration was very short, so
Okay,
I
you couldn't
couldn't make
prepare.
any preparation. Sorry for that.
No issues, no issues, no issues. We can get around that.
Just a handwritten notes which I
So
have here.
wait, no problem. Now what I'll do. As you say, I'll give you a blank chart, and as you say, I think I can do something about it. This is a blank chart that allows me to write anything. So now, since you're saying it is
Kanya.
Kanya Lagna, what I'll do is I'll just drag the ascendant and place it over, because all my students are using only South Indian chart, so it's not an issue.
Oh, very good, very good.
So I
even
played
I am comfortable with South Indian.
Yes, I have placed the ascendant on Kanya Lagna.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And can we use the same logic if moon is also here, or is it only Lagna?
No, it's only Lagna based.
It's only
It's
Lagna.
not Rashi. Okay. It's not Rashi.
Okay.
So Kanya Lagna, we all know it's the sixth house of Kaal Purusha, and this happens to be the Lagna of a person who is born in the Kanya Lagna. So that becomes his first house, and for Kaal Purusha, it is sixth house. Okay. So this is a earth sign. It's a female sign, and the symbol is a girl or a woman holding a torch in the hand. So the features, like the appearance, the outward appearance of a Kanya Lagna person, see, to some extent you can match this appearance. It cannot be all 100 cannot. If we take into account 100 people, we can't say all the 100 will be having the same features. But to some extent, broad features you can tell. These people are of normal height, very much on the shorter side, we can say. They are very majestic. They walk without shaking their hands, and their looks are very stern. And head is little small, and the face will be little chubby and round. Flat fingers, thick eyebrows, broad forehead, sharp vision, and tooth well aligned, narrow neck, strong hands. So these are the description about the external personality of a Kanya Lagna person. If you want, you can just try with some of the known horoscopes, like among your family or among your friend circle. You can just try this, because you need to be convinced about all this. Okay, then only you will have a belief in that concept. So it's always better to.
The chances are that in this class there must be at least 2 people who are Kanya Lagna. So maybe they can volunteer by raising their hand and say, we are Kanya Lagna. How is that? Okay. So anybody Kanya Lagna, please put up your hand so that we'll know you're here. Okay. And then towards the end, we will,
Okay.
they can also
Then the basic
give the feedback.
character,
Yeah.
the character of a Kanya Lagna person.
Okay.
See, since this is the sixth, we should always keep in your mind, it is the sixth house of Kaal Purusha. So whenever you talk about this person, you should always, the back of your mind, you should always compare it with the Kaal Purusha's house number. That is very important. Okay, the character. These people are very patient in nature. They have they are very curious to know things. They are hard workers, kind-hearted. They never change their attitude for the sake of others. They are always the same. Like you can't change them just to please somebody or just to convince somebody. They will not change their character. They will not bend for others. They are little bit selfish, but at the same time, they are always ready to help others. They always extend their hands to help others. And also, they have lots of enthusiasm to get things done, like whatever they aspire in life. They somehow they put up very hard work and they try to achieve their desires or whatever they aspire in life. Somebody is raising hand.
Yeah, that is our student Rupali. Okay, we will ask her later.
Good. Okay, good. And they will also set an example to others. See, if they want to learn something new, they will put their efforts in learning the subject. And after learning, whatever they know, they will always share with others. They will teach to others also, whatever new they have learned. Okay, that is their character. And then they are very honest. They have very high moral. They are very magnanimous, and they also have very high level contacts. Like they have a friendship with many high esteemed people. So because of the the 11th lord, no, moon is getting exalted in the 9th house. 9th house is like high esteemed people, and 11th is about friends. So this moon gets exalted in the 9th house of Kanya Lagna. So they have high level contact. Then they actually their lifestyle is like they lead a very flawless lifestyle. Cleanliness, they are very healthy lifestyle. They always follow. The healthy lifestyle is they are very particular in that, and they even appreciate their enemies. So they are magnanimous to that extent that they even appreciate their enemies, and they have love towards mother, and they are well respected by the outside world. They are highly respectable, and then they also love to make wealth. They are calm in speech. Then but they are interested in debating also. Just because they are calm, we can't say that they don't defend, but they are very good in debating also. And they celebrate their father like God, because 9th house is the house of Venus, and it's house of family. And for Kaal Purusha, I'm talking about the Kaal Purusha. Okay? So they celebrate their father like God. They accumulate money for next generation. So this is the quality of the Kanya Lagna person. And sometimes they never have tensions during their lifetime. Daily routines, they do it very perfectly without any break, and they establish fame and name. They are very particular in it. Because 6th house is always about hard work. So they are always very particular in finishing their duties on time. Then the general traits and tattvas of this Kanya Lagna. This is the 6th house of Kaal Purusha, earth sign. And immediately when it comes to earth, we always compare it to the mother earth. Okay, they are very patient like mother earth. And this is the Ardha Trikona for Kaal Purusha Kundli. This Kanya is Ardha Trikona for Kaal Purusha Kundli. But for Kanya, this becomes Dharma Trikona. Okay. See, all other planets, they don't have their exaltation in their own house. Whereas whereas Mercury has the advantage of getting exalted in its own house, and that house itself happens to be the Mool Trikona house also. So this is a rare thing. This is only for Mercury, this is possible. Whereas the other planets, they get exalted in different houses. Okay. See, in Earth sign, there are 3 categories. So that is the Rishabha, Kanya, and Makara, or all 3 are Earth signs. But all the 3 Earths are different. Rishabha is fertile agriculture land, and this Kanya is the earth where people dwell. It's a dwelling place. And Makara is the earth sign, which is meant for office space because it's a karmasthana of Kala Purusha. So that is meant for office space, manufacturing units, factories, and all that. It's an earth sign which is meant for karma. Okay. The symbol of Kanya is a girl holding a torch. Okay. So what happens is, like, see, this torch, it is compared to the lighthouse. The lighthouse, the purpose of the lighthouse is to show light to the ships which come to the shore. Similarly, this Kanya Lagna person is like a guiding torch for the people who are in need. Okay, whoever has any problems in life or whoever has any need, this immediately this Kanya Lagna person will go for help and he will extend his help. And at the same time, what happens is sometimes he forgets about his own life and he takes more interest for others. So that is why it's always, people feel to be good with a friend who belongs to this Kanya Lagna. So it's always, they feel very happy to have a friendship with Kanya Lagna person because he is always ready to help them. Okay, this is the house of debts, loans, diseases. We all know that 6th house is always referred to loans, debts, and diseases, and of course some quarrels and oppositions and all this. Normally, we call this house is a house of. In those days, we used to say it's a house of slavery, or that is when you perform some service to some person. In those days, that is when kings were there. We used to call the slaves. That is the 6th house is always referred to slavery jobs. But in today's world, you can't say that. You can equate it to service. Okay. So, the advantage is like the 3rd house is Mithuna, that is the house of Mercury, and the 6th house is again Mercury. So 3 and 6 combination. 3 is about actions. So whatever talents we have, we perform only through the 3rd house, and 6th house is execution of duties. So these 2 houses being Mercury houses, it's very effective in executing the duties. So this Kanya Lagna person, for him, the 1st house is Mercury, the 10th house is also Mercury. So that means his performance in duties are going to be perfect and very, he will do it in a very systematic manner. Okay. This house being a lighthouse is a service duty oriented house. You can know about the workers' welfare also. See, suppose you are running a factory and you have many workers working with you. So through this house, you can also see how your workers are going to perform, or whether they are going to be loyal, whether they are going to be honest, sincere, and all this. So all these things you can view through this house of Mercury. See, though this is the house of diseases, but the cure is also found only in this house. That is the medicines. For all the diseases, the medicines are also found here only. So this becomes, it has 2 qualities. One is that it will show the diseases, as well, it will show that the medicines are also here only. This is also a house of victory, failure, obstacles, and also the limitations, suffering, then self-employment, court cases, quarrels, negativity, then non-cordial relationship, then bruises, then danger through enemies are all seen through this sixth house of Kaal Purusha, that is the Kanya house. See, Rishabha, Kanya, Makara or Ardha Trikonas for Kala Purusha. And for Kanya, it becomes 159, that is Dharma Trikona. Okay. Because 159 houses are always very important in astrology. We always give more importance. And this 159 of Kanya Lagna becomes 2, 6, and 10 of Kaal Purusha Kundali. Okay. Now, what is this going to do? So these houses are the person's growth and improvement in life, where others' advice is not taken. With their own thinking and intelligence, it paves path for their development. But for economical growth, 2, 6, 10 has to operate, especially the sixth house should connect, then only the growth will be assured. So for even though 2, 6, and 10 are considered to be the house of one's economic growth and welfare, the number 6 is very important to assess your wealth and your profession, because hard work is very, very important for any job or profession. So that is the importance of this Kanya Lagna. Okay. See, the beauty is from Kanya Lagna, the 9th house is Ardha Trikona for Kaal Purusha. That is for Kanya Lagna, that is the person who is born in Kanya Lagna, the 9th house becomes the 2nd house of Kaal Purusha. And for that 2nd house, this Kanya Lagna becomes the 5th house, Panchamasthana. So this has a very good connection, and this combination is very good and very, it's going to give him benefits for the Kanya Lagna person. This combination, I think I am clear, because
Yes.
for, okay.
Yeah.
Shall I proceed, sir?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
All the students here are aware of the various permutation combinations of a sign.
Yeah.
So they're following.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay. So when one person is affected by disease, when the Lagna Lord gets connected to the 6th house, normally we say that the person will be prone to diseases.
Disease.
Okay. Again, what happens is the 6th, that is the 6th house or the 6th Lord, when it gets connected to a fire sign, it indicates diseases. When it gets connected to airy sign, it indicates court cases, disputes, and all this. When it gets connected to the earth sign, it is hard work. When it gets connected to water sign, it is loans and debts. So it has different categories. So all the 6, with all the elements, it's not the same. When it gets connected to fire, it is different. When it is earth, it is different. And when it's air, water, it's going to different. It's going to be different. Okay. See, that is why the Rishabha Lagna and Tula Lagna, the Tula Rashi, Rishabha, when somebody is born in Rishabha, that is earth sign. And when that 6th house itself becomes the Lagna Lord's house, again, the next house of Venus, that is Aries sign. So what happens is, when the earth and the air, when this combination will always give some disputes and quarrels. So similarly for Mithuna, the 6th house becomes the water sign. So normally people are getting into loans and some debts which cannot be cleared, and they have lots of problems with all that. When again the fire sign and the earth sign, like Mesha getting connected to Kanya, so fire and earth, when fire strikes the earth, what happens? Some diseases, come and they suffer from some disease. So this is the connection between the different elements. 1 and 6 getting connected to different elements will create different problems. So the 6th house not only shows the diseases and all that, also the big hospitals will also come under the Kanya only, the 6th house. That is to cure the diseases. Loans, then when coming to loans, loans are essential for human beings. So many people, maybe some people may be without loans, but many of them we go for loans for something or the other. Okay. But for a poor man, it is a burden. When he takes loan or when he gets into any debts or something, it becomes a burden. For a rich man, it becomes a mark of prestige for him, because all rich people definitely have high value loans. So that becomes a prestige for him. Since this house is duty and responsibility, it paves path for victory. So victory is also seen through this house. So 6th house is not only about the bad features, but victory is also in the 6th house only. So when you write some competitive exams, the 6th house has to be very strong, or it should be good. And it should, of course, be connected to the 11th house also, because 6th and 11 is competition and success. So this is some good things are also there in the 6th house. It's always not the bad ones. Since it's a 6th house, they find difficult to adjust with others. That is the Kanya Lagna person. The 6th house becomes his Lagna. So what happens is he finds it difficult to adjust with the other people in this world. Sometimes they get into enmity very easily. People exploit their hard work and take advantage from it, later become enemies. So this is the problem faced by some Kanya Lagna people. Then coming to the lifestyle. See, Kaal Purusha's 6th house, Lord Mercury, he belongs to Earth sign, and then it's a Ubay Rasi, that is the dual sign. House Lord Mercury, he himself exalts in that same house. And Sun, Moon, Mars, nakshatras are there. That is Uttara Falguni, Hasta and Chitta stars are there in the Kanya Lagna. This shows the growth and development of the soul. Though it is Runa, Roha, Chatrusthana, as we all talk in astrology, we normally call the 6th house as Runa, Roha, Chatrusthana. Predominantly, the greatness of this house is in hard work. Whoever does hard work, they are honored. And people born in Virgo have the qualities and have good qualities and intelligence of Mercury. They are guides, mentors for others, just like Mother Earth. They are patient and tolerant towards others, and they can gel with people whom they can accommodate, or else they go away from them. So only if they are compatible with the person, they will gel with them. Otherwise, they will move away from them. That is the quality of Kanya Lagna person. They have good memory, then storytelling, epics, astrology, interested people, then all forms of arts, writing field, then nature related things, then intricate technology, then computers, electricals, electronics, all types of medical science, allopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha, all deep secrets known in medicine. So these Kanya Lagna people are famous for all these areas. Like they are also loyalists. They are very loyal, but will not bend down to others. Already we have seen that. They also give new inventions. They are capable of bringing out new inventions. They have deep knowledge in all subjects. Sometimes they themselves don't know their strength. Always they have kind and good heart, never change themselves under any circumstances. They are born in, to some extent, a rich family. As they grow, they take up the family responsibility. They also insist the importance of responsibility and duty consciousness to others. Their involvement in family is like water on the lotus leaf. They show love. At the same time, they don't become dependent on love from others, but they perform their duties without any expectation from others. Because it is Ubay Rasi, that is dual sign. Like that, they have love, but no addiction to love. This is so since Mercury is a dual sign owner, they buy things for their requirement in double. So whatever they buy two, because Mercury is always about duality. So that you have to check. Since it is sixth house of Kaal Purusha, health care is important. Since the Lagna itself falls in the sixth house, they have to be careful about their health. Similarly, Kaal Purusha's Mesha is their eighth house. So after the deeds are performed, they may be punished and backstabbed. So this is the pathetic thing about the Kanya Lagna person, because his eighth house is Kaal Purusha's first house. So they do everything, and finally they will be backstabbed, and there is no identity for them, or there is no recognition sometimes. Good medical practitioners are here, and also good lawyers come from this house, from Kanya Lagna. Since it's a sixth house of Kaal Purusha, born in this Lagna, they engage in finding medicines for diseases. And since it's a house of disputes, court cases, they also win the cases. So because some good advocates also are born in this Kanya Lagna, so they can win the cases also. Especially Asalesha, Jeshta, and Revati Nakshatra, they prevail in Kataka, Vrichika, and Meena. These houses, for Kaal Purusha, it's Moksha Trikona. For Kanya, it is Kama Trikona. So whatever they achieve by a lot of struggles and difficulties, others will get it very easily. So whatever others find very easy, for Kanya Lagna person, it will be very difficult for them, because they have to go through a lot of struggles. The stars prevailing here, Hasta, Chitta, and Uttara Falguni. Moon being the 11th lord, that is the lord of profits and gains. They expect immediate benefit from whatever deeds they perform, and they also get it. So whatever deeds they do, they expect immediate result and immediate benefit, because the 11th lord, moon, prevails as a star nakshatra, Hasta, in his Lagna. It's very difficult for them to sail and adjust with others. Can't find fault in their job. But anyway, you can't find fault in their job, and always they are vulnerable to criticisms. Even though House Lord Mercury takes the soul to enjoy the worldly pleasures, being exalted in this house. See, even though Mercury gets exalted in this house, and they are capable of enjoying all the worldly pleasures, but the Venus, the Lord of second and ninth house of Kanya, and second and seventh Lord of Kaal Purusha, he debilitates in this Kanya. So that is why they are not allowed to enjoy the worldly pleasures, in the sense they get some obstacles and hindrances. So sometimes what happens, this Venus getting debilitated in their Lagna, it also gives some problems in their vitality. Okay, that is also sometimes some problems with regard to vitality is there. And sometimes it drives them away from worldly pleasures. So this, what happens is, the debilitation of Venus, sometimes it, they are like they don't feel comfortable to live with the family, and sometimes they go away from the family also. See, this is not in all the 100 cases. So that also we should take into mind. So we need not think, very negative about this, but there are some cases like this. And what happens is, so they live in separation from the family. Even to enjoy parents' property, it is very difficult for them. Those who have property family will be late. So those who have the parents' property or ancestral property, family will, they'll get the family very late. In the sense, they'll get married very late. And no property, if there is no property, they get early marriage. Also, secret relationship is possible after marriage because Venus gets, Venus is the 9th lord of Kanya and 2nd lord of Kaal Purusha. So why he is telling that there are some secret relationship is because the Venus becomes the 9th lord of Kanya and 2nd lord of Kaal Purusha. That means he might have a second family. So please, Kanya Lagna people, please don't mistake. This is not for all the 100. There are few cases like that. Okay. So also Mercury, the Lagna Lord, he debilitates in the 7th house, Meena. Okay, not only in marriage, also with public contacts or other people, whomever he comes into contact, they tend to get, they always try to cheat these people because the 7th house becomes the 12th house of Kaal Purusha. So it's not only the spouse, even the other people, whomever he contacts in his life, sometimes they try to cheat them. But till his father is alive, this Kanya Lagna person gets all the benefits. He gets growth, development, escalation in his life. He comes up to a very high status. But after father's life, the Kanya Lagna person has to undergo certain sufferings and problems. Why? Because the star Uttra Falguni, it debilitates in his 2nd house, that is Tula. The star which is prevailing in Kanya Lagna, that star Uttra Falguni, it is Sun, star of Sun, and Sun is Father Karaka, we all know that. He gets debilitated in the 2nd house of family in Tula. Okay. And this star, Chitra star is also there. So this Chitra is the star of Mars. So Mars is Kanya Lagna person's 3rd and 8th lord. And for Kaal Purusha, he is 1st and 8th lord. So loss through siblings is also possible. Sometimes he may enter into some loss due to his siblings. And these people can come up in life with their own hard work. But even though he undergoes these losses, somehow he will try to come up in his life because he is a hard worker and he can withstand any amount of struggles he can manage. Then coming to the 2nd house. So far we have spoken only about the 1st house, that is the Lagna. Now we are coming to the 2nd house. This is Libra, which is Kaal Purusha's 7th house. Now you have to keep in your mind when you're talking about the 2nd house, always you incorporate the features of the 7th house of Kaal Purusha. That is how you have to predict. Okay.
May I
Second house.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
You described about the nakshatras within the Rashi as Uttara Nakshatra and then Hasta and then Chitra.
Yeah.
Is it also necessary that when you say simply Kanya Lagna, maybe if you know that the person is actually, the Lagna is within Uttara Falguni only, the first 10 degrees, and then the Lagna is only in Hasta, or the Lagna is only in that portion of Chitra, do you adjust it, or do you simply say again it is anywhere?
It is actually the stars, all the stars, nakshatras which are prevailing in the Lagna, they will be indirectly giving some
result.
Some impact on the Lagna. So since this Uttara Falguni is the 12th lord of Kanya, he gets debilitated in the 2nd house. So that is why after his father's life, he might lose the property or the belongings or something like that.
Okay. Please continue.
The 2nd house of Kanya becomes the 7th house of Kaal Purusha. Owner, the Lord is Venus, and it's a Shara Rasi, that is movable sign, and it's an airy sign. So that means this house is speech, family, and wealth. So this is all seen through this house. This is also the second and seventh house of Kaal Purusha.
Kalapusha.
That is this Libra and Venus houses are Libra and Taurus. So these are second and seventh houses of Kaal Purusha. Shows that after marriage, his financial status will improve because this becomes the second house of Kanya and seventh house of Kaal Purusha. And for Kaal Purusha, the Venus houses are 2 and 7. So that means after marriage, his life will have a better transformation, like he will have more financial improvement and everything in his life. Also, family life is full of struggles, as this is Marakasthana of Kalapurusha. So sometimes the family life will be in some troubles also because of the Marakasthana. Sometimes no attachment in family is also possible. As the Lord Venus debilitates in Lagna, they have to adapt themselves as per their family environment. So unless and until they learn to adapt and adjust to the family environment, they cannot have harmony in marital life. So that quality also they have to develop consciously, they have to do that. They sometimes neglect the love shown by the family people or may have to sacrifice for the family people. Sometimes they will not be able to accept the love given by the family. Then the sun, he gets debilitated here and Saturn gets exalted in this house. So sun being the lord of losses, that is the 12th lord, and he is also the father Karaka. Sun is the Karaka for father. Moreover, the lord of this house is Venus. So he becomes the lord of the father's house. That is, this Venus becomes the lord of the father's house. Sun debilitates in the house of family. Saturn is 5th and 6th lord getting exalted in this house of Libra. Saturn is the lord of enemy and diseases because he happens to be the 6th lord. He gets exalted in the second house. So sun is debilitated here. So night hours are very strong for these people. So for Kanya Lagna people, night is very favorable than morning because Saturn is about night. So when Saturn gets exalted here, they are very strong and powerful during night, but during daytime, it is not favorable because of the sun debilitation there. And also Saturn is the lord of 5th house, that is Putra Sthanadi. So he gets exalted in the house of family. So after childbirth, he will have more economical growth and some changes and improvements in life are seen because the 5th lord getting exalted in the second house gives improvement after childbirth. Also, ancestral properties are protected and given to children for their future. Thereby, Kanya Lagna person should forego the property, then only it is good for them. So Kanya Lagna person should not hold on to the property. He should be very magnanimous to give it to his children. So if he tries to hold in his name, probably it may go out of him. So it's always better to give it to children. So as children grow, they have to give up their stand for that is like when the children start growing, they, as I told you, they have to do some sacrifices. It's an Aries sign and Kaal Purusha's 7th house. So they have a good family as it is family house and is a 7th house of Kaal Purusha. Economic welfare is good as it is movable sign, Aries sign. Lord Venus exalts in the 7th house. So after family comes, it is good for him. So since the second Lord gets exalted in the 7th house, after getting a family wife, his life will be very good. So Sun gets debilitated and Lord is Venus, and it is a Jada Rasi. I don't know how to call a Jada Rasi. Jada is something fixed in one place, or how do you call Jada?
Maybe like almost like dead,
Yeah, maybe you can
or
compare it.
not having any emotions and
Yeah,
not reacting,
Jada. Okay.
not reacting.
So the Sun debilitating and Venus being the Lord, and it's a Jada Rasi. So glass materials, plastic materials, medical equipments, aluminum materials, bronze, glass bottles for manufacturing medicines, trading of such things is good for them. Then Jada Rasi is also about it will give good profits for them if they do these businesses. Medical companies, then the bandage cloth, wholesale bandage cloth, also chemical business will be good for them. Cooking materials like elachi, asafoetida, then pepper, onions, coffee seeds. Or the reason why is because sun is medicine, so all the medical products will be very ideal for the Kanya Lagna person, if at all he wants to do any business. Then Jada Rasi is also about furnitures. Furnitures also you can call it Jada, because it's not easily it is movable, but it is like we place it in one place and we never change it frequently, right? It's a Jada. So furnitures, bed, cotton, then the disposable cotton. Then since Saturn gets exalted here, you can also consider wooden materials, interior decoration, then the JCBs, the movable JCBs to load and unload sand, evacuating vehicles. Then since it's an Aries sign, you can also consider gas cylinder agencies. Then Venus house, Saturn exalted, so decoration like iron grill doors, then sculptures. For the temples, you do sculptures. And then Saturn being the 5th Lord exalting in Venus house, so you can take up the temple work also for temple renovation work and all that. Then temple bells, then statue designing, all this comes under all the business activities which these people can consider. Then legal department also you can take, because it's a house of speech, and Saturn being the Lord for judiciary, you can also consider legal department. So then also you can say some trust or something which is for which the trust which is useful for the society welfare development. Then the people, that is when you take up a trust or some NGOs, this money will be mainly used for old people welfare. Because of Saturn exaltation, you can say that it's old people welfare fund, and then old people food shelter. Then it's a speech house, Lord is Venus, so sweet and soothing, like they are also counselors, you can say, because they have very good speech, very soothing speech. And also since Saturn is the Lord of justice, judges, many eminent judges are seen in this house. Then though they feel shy to talk initially, later they become very close and go to the extent of even arguing and debating, because 6th Lord too for Kanya Lagna. So because Saturn is also the 6th Lord for Kanya Lagna. So any doubt or anything which is...
You want to
No,
take some
because
questions,
I
or
want to know whether the people are able to follow this.
yeah,
Because
they're able to follow, I think. If you have any doubts, if you want to ask something, please use the chat, and then maybe
okay.
So far, they're all saying clear, clear, madam.
Okay.
They said you are able
Actually,
to.
I think we will have the doubt clearance finally because we have to rush up. It's a very elaborate book. Say, I don't want to miss any of the points. That is why I
Okay.
took down. Actually, this is a very elaborate thing I'm giving. So I don't know whether I'll be able to finish it. So this house has the nakshatras of Mars, Rahu, and Guru. So Chitra, Swati, Vishaka. For Kanya Lagna, this is Ardha Trikona. For Kala Purusha, it is Kama Trikona. So Swati, Arudra, and Sadaviksha stars are prevailing have to celebrate and worship ancestors because these are the star nakshatras of Rahu, Swati, Sadaviksha, and Arudra. These are the stars which say that it's ancestors nakshatras. So it's always better to celebrate and worship our ancestors. That's the essence here. So Saturn. So it's also about the Saturn. Saturn exalts here now. So this talks about the ancestors who lived in our family, and it's also the fifth lord. So it's also about the children who are going to be the future generations. So Saturn, being the fifth lord, he also helps to give unexpected income. That is possible because fifth house lord in second house brings unexpected income through share market, because fifth house is about share market is possible. Then fifth lord in second house is getting exalted is a special thing here. Also, Rahu Nakshatra, and this being the family house of family, some family members might have converted to other religion in the past. That could be possible. It's not necessary for all, but could be possible. And Saturn, sixth lord, prevails in Kaal Purusha's Moksha Trikona as stars. Because we have seen the nakshatras of Saturn only in the Moksha Trikona, that is Kataka, Vrichika, and Meena. And in job as well as personal life, they improve their status continuously. Money earned will be spent very calculatively and not spent, and they are not spendthrifts. Normally, this Kanya Lagna people, they spend very calculatively because of Mercury. But sometimes others use their money for their need and requirement. They involve in chit funds, then auction companies. They always see that family is happy and listen to their wife's advice and also get income through wife. Then there's a Venus house, Saturn exalted, and it's a movable sign, Jada Rashi. So again, he talks about the old vehicles, buying and selling can be done. Then in public, they speak all this is all again repeated. So even in legal issues, they know very good legal points and they are very good in debating. They are very good in speech. All this we have seen already. Then coming to the third house, Vrichika, this is Kaal Purusha's eighth house. For Kanya, it is third house. This house is a person's individuality, where he proves his individuality. So he expresses his talents or parakrama, whatever talents he has, he proves in the third house only. This house determines the Lagna's efficiency. This is the Sthira Rashi, that is fixed sign, and it's a water sign. Lord is Mars, and Ketu gets exalted here. Moon gets debilitated, and Sukha Saptamadipati, that is the seventh and fourth and seventh Lord Guru star Vishakam, and fifth and sixth Lord Saturn star, that is, he is the Karma Sthana Lord. Okay. And Mercury star, they all prevail in this house. This is a very powerful place because all these three nakshatras are very powerful here. So these people's mind is very what to say, like since the third house becomes the eighth house of Kaal Purusha, so their mind is very aggressive, and sometimes even it acts vakri. Okay, so but they don't show it outside. Sometimes it is very subtle inside, but their mind is always like that only, because 3 is mind and 8 is about all this negativity, little bit of negativity. So Kaal Purusha's secret house, this is the secret house of Kaal Purusha, and also it's a Stira Jala water sign, and it's also it's a silent Rashi, because normally all the water signs are very silent. They never express anything, but they give 100% results. Results are always optimum in the water signs. Even their talents are not known to others. Sometimes it is very subtle, and they have a dominating character. They are very good in finding the nuances of any area. Whichever area you give them, they find out the intricate details about that particular field, whichever is given to them. Okay. And they have the talent to bring out the hidden secrets and also invent new things, because it's the eighth house of research. Kaal Purusha's eighth house. So they know how to invent new things. Though they have a lot of obstacles in their efforts, they never give up and continuously try again and again to get success because of the patience. And they also have the goal fixing attitude. They fix the goal and they try very hard to achieve the goal. So because this is Stira Rashi and water sign, they have this or that goal fixing attitude. Though they have secret activities, they never expose it out. Great memory power, doing all challenging jobs with determination. Others also make use of their talents. They have secret activities also. Ketu getting exalted in this house, they get a lot of dreams and sometimes can foresee things which will happen in future, but will never tell out. But they will never tell out. They can foresee things because of the Ketu effect, exalting Ketu. Even some spiritual mantras, tantras, mantrik, magic, all this they can do. They will have interest. Still, some people have some tensions also, tensions and excitements because of the Manokaraka, that is the mind, the Lord, the moon gets debilitated in this house. This temperament is always prevailing for these Lagna people. Though they have writing skills, they never show interest, but interest in painting is always there. They naturally get painting skills. Any venture, first they will face obstacle and then only they get success. They never trust anybody. So nobody can judge these people. Also 11th Lord Moon, that is the Lord of friends. No, he debilitates in this house. So even their own friends, they will not trust easily. Their handwriting will not be like a regular one, a bit of crooked handwritings. Their handwriting is not very neat and legible. Lord Mars, that is the Lord is Mars here, and it's a Stira Rashi water sign, so they never be very close to anybody. They are very cautious and they are tight-lipped. They are not comfortable in a situation where others control them and dictate them. So they never like others to control them or dictate them. Because the Kaal Purushas, because this is the 8th house of Kaal Purusha and 3rd house for Kanya. Then Guru star Vishakha, 4th pada. In Navamsha, it is placed in Kataka. So 4th house is mother and comfort, house, property, land, etc. So these people easily get all the comforts in life as it is 4th house of Kaal Purusha, Kataka, because this nakshatra of Guru, Vishakha, 4th pada, it is in Kataka in Navamsha. So they can improve their wealth and all the Sukha, because the Sukha Sthanam Lord is placed in the 4th house of Kaal Purusha in Navamsha. Saturn, that is this Anuradha Nakshatra, 5th Lord getting exalted in 2nd house, Dhanasthana, their efforts, name and fame, well, this house will be very helpful. Third house is representing the soul's capability of executing a task. Fifth house is fame and name, and also about the child progeny is shown here. So with their efforts, they build up all that is required for their children. Because of the Anuradha Nakshatra, the Lord of fifth house, in the house of the third house, that is because this house represents the soul's capability of executing a task. This house being water sign, liquor, petrol, all liquid items, they can do it as business. Either it can be agency or on contract basis, they can undertake. Saturn, fifth lord in third house, Kaal Purusha's eighth house. Sometimes these antique items also they can sell. They may be interested in selling antique things. Then brokers are also in this house only. So commission agents, brokers. Also, Mercury star helps in doing own business and get success because Mercury is the 10th lord. Also, insurance agents are seen in this house since it's a Kaal Purusha's 8th house. It's a house of longevity. So, insurance will be very ideal. Then, paper, printing, binding business, printing media, all this is possible because of the Mercury Nakshatra Jeshta, and it's a Jala Rashi. So, paint business also will be ideal because water related business, paint. Then, Mercury is also about writing. So writing also they can take up as their hobby or profession. Then sometimes fake currency is also dealt in this house because this is the 3 and 8 combination. Third house of Kanya and 8th house of Kaal Purusha. So they should be very careful because they may come into contact with people who deal with fake currencies. So that is also possible because of the Mercury star Jeshta is about printing and all that. No? So fake currencies can be printed. See, it's not like this person is going to do all that, but they may get into contact with such people and get into some trouble. So third house is also about younger sibling, and it's a see the sign is Scorpio, right? Scorpio has many legs. So that means they may have many siblings, especially if it is girl sibling, it will be only one because it is female sign. Ketu getting exalted here. So they can have many siblings. This will be suitable for olden days. But in today's world, you can't say like that because we have to, astrology is always like you have to deal with what do you call that?
Desh Kaal Patra.
Desh Kaal Patra.
Okay. So according to current day situation, you have to say predictions. So in the olden days, you can say you'll have many siblings. But today's world, you can't say that. Okay. So they may have some troubles in life because of the 8th house impact. I mean, through siblings also, they may get some problems. Since it is Mars house, many male siblings are also possible. And next to them, that is after the next child, after this Kanya Lagna person, some miscarriages would have happened for the mother. Okay, because Ketu is always about miscarriages. Okay, so third house, Ketu getting exalted there, and Kaal Purusha's 8th house. So you may ask this question to a Kanya Lagna person whether there were any miscarriages for your mother after your birth. If you ask them, they will say yes. So at least 50 to 60% of the Kanya Lagna population will say yes. So moreover, for Kanya Lagna, Makaram, Rishabha, in Makaram and Rishabha, the star of moon prevails in Kanya, Makara and Rishabha. Okay, that is Hasta, I'm not getting the Sanskrit
Shravana.
name. Shravana, yeah.
Hasta, Shravana, and Rohini.
Shravana and Rohini. So these three stars prevail in Kanya, Makara, and Rishabha, and the moon debilitates in this house. So after them, even if there are three female siblings, these Kanya people have to give them everything. Like if they have more female siblings, they have to forego their money or wealth or whatever for the sake of the siblings. They have to sacrifice. They have interest in, like, no, see, please don't mistake me. This is as per the book I'm just translating. There could be certain things which may not be suitable for any individual, but these are general things I'm telling. They may have interest in sexual relationships, but they never get opportunity because, see, that sexual relationship, I mean about the illegitimate one. It's not the legitimate thing, illegitimate relationship, because this eighth house, it talks about the body organ. When it comes to body organ, it's a private organ for an individual. So sexual urge is more, as this is third house, and illegal sexual relationships will lead to secret diseases, that is sexually transmitted diseases. So again and again, I'm telling, this is not for all the 100. It's for the particular segment of people. Though they are very intelligent, they never expose. So their name and popularity is not known outside. For those who expose, sometimes they become big scientists and they go to the extent of getting awards and rewards and accolades, and they get name and fame, everything. Nature has to be, but of course, nature has to be favorable to them. Okay. Now going to next Rashi, that is Sagittarius. So this is the fourth house and ninth house of Kaal Purusha. This is the Sukhasthana, and this denotes house, land, vehicle, mother, education. Then, or it's a dual sign, and Lord is Guru. Stars prevailing there are Mula, Purvashada, Uttarashada. So naturally happens to be Guru's house. This is naturally Guru's house. So good higher education is possible because of the 4 and 9 combination. Naturally he gets that. 4 is about primary education and 9 is about higher education. So this becomes a natural 9th house. So they are eligible for higher education. That is confirmed for them. And 9th house is Rishabha, that is Venus house, earth sign. So they can very well go for higher education, because there also the original 9th house also becomes the second house of Kaal Purusha. So there also and the Lord is Venus. So 9th house also, it talks about the Vedas, Shastras, then law. All these experts are also seen in this house. So it's also about, since it's a house of Guru, Jupiter, banking management. So these professions are very ideal, and they can select business administration, business management, corporate related studies, computer science, hospital management, library, IT, physical science, catering. All this is very ideal for them. Since it's Agni Tattva, you can also consider electricals, electronics, engineering, mechanical engineering. All these things also can be considered areas of education. Both mother and father, they become the same house, because 4th house of Kanya Lagna is mother's house, and for Kaal Purusha it's 9th house. So that means mother and father together in the same house. So they need not go to the temple. If they come around their parents, that is very much, it's very good for them. They can come up in life. So they need not even go to the temple. Naturally, they have vehicle yoga. Vehicles. Guru, since it's a Guru's house and dual sign, symbol is half man, half animal. So double body symbol. So puja room will be very large and bright in their house, because naturally 9th house is temples and religious places. So that becomes their 4th house. So in all the Kanya Lagna people's house, you can ask them whether the puja room will be a very special room for them. will be very colorful, bright, and very neat. And also very famous temples nearby their house. So you can ask a Kanya Lagna person if there is any famous temple nearby your house, he will say yes. And it's a guru's house. So the neighbors, surrounding neighbors might be Brahmins because guru is about Brahmin. And also rich people, businessmen, such people will live near their house. Then it will be a straight road and then take a turn to reach the house. How the house will be located is you have to go straight and take a turn to reach the house. This is how a Kanya Lagna person's house will be situated. So all this you have to test and see. House will be little hot since it's Agni Tattva. House will be little hot, and now and then little cool temperature is also there. Not very close with relatives. These people are normally not very close with relatives, but good friendship with neighbors. Guru star, Punarvashu, Vishaka, Purubhadrapada, or in Kama Trikonas of Kala Purusha. For Kanya, it is Ardha Trikona, Mithuna, Tula, and Kumbha. So they get own house and settle comfortably. Even though everybody has two-wheeler, some people hire omnibuses for travels and use it for long distance travel because it's 9th house of Kaal Purusha. And it is a spiritual house, so they make foreign trips. They can run travels company where they can take people for picnic and pilgrimage tour, even to foreign countries. Then travels booking agency, and they can run a school or college buses on contract basis. Then some people travel to foreign countries and settle there. Since 4th house is 9th house of Kaal Purusha, foreign long distance travel is possible. They buy property and settle. Sometimes even in foreign countries, they buy property and settle there. They have luxury and comfort in life by going to foreign countries. Then they have the opportunity to maintain parents with them. That is to keep their parents with them. It's good to have parents with them. It gives fortune, and mother will be from a very rich family, a heritage family, orthodox family, and spiritual family beliefs family. Because this is 4th house becomes the 9th house. So mother will come from a very rich background and a spiritual heritage family. And mother's family will be very highly reputed and well-known family. Whenever their mother stays with them, there is good wealth prospects. So they can find the difference. Whenever they have their mother with them, their wealth prospects will be very good. Suppose mother goes away from them, they will have some downfall. So that they have to test and see. Kanya Lagna person can run schools, colleges, also get funds from foreign countries, government subsidies. They can have trusts because 9th house is also about trust. So because Kaal Purusha's 9th house is running trust, then shows higher education. Then all this is possible for Kanya Lagna person because 4th becomes the 9th, and this is a very lucky house for them. Then the 5th house, coming to the 5th house, that is the Purva Punya house, Makara. Saturn's own house and Kaal Purusha's Karmasthana shows children and prosperity. It's a Shara Rashi, movable sign, earth sign. Kanya, Makara, Rishabha, it belongs to the Dharma Trikona and female sign. And the 5th house is generally referred to a person's intelligence, deep knowledge, rational, logical thinking, and also his desires, name and fame, directions to achieve the above said things. So all these things he can achieve from the 5th house. Since 5 becomes 10 of Kaal Purusha, Kanya person, he gets an extraordinary name and fame in his karma, whatever job he does in his profession. He gets name and fame and a good reputation and goodwill. Also, children are very intelligent and they become famous. Generally, for Kanya person, Saturn is connected to fifth house, so they can earn good name and fame for their ancestors' family and also for children. So they also carry their ancestors' name and fame, and they maintain the legacy of the family because fifth house is 10th house of Kalpurusha and Saturn being the Lord. So the name and fame will never diminish throughout their life and even after life. It continues even after life. It is a female sign. So first child will be a girl child. If it is a girl child, it will bring best yogas for them. They have yoga for 3 children. This house lord star, that is the Makaram house lord is Saturn, and his nakshatras, Pushya, Anuradha, and Uttarabhadrapada are placed in Kalapurusha's Moksha Trikona, and for Kanya, it is Kama Trikona. So as children grow up in life, they get house, property, and all the bhagyas. Since this is 5th house of Kanya and 10th house of Kalpurusha, many people may get into art field as profession. It includes cinema, drama, music, painting, sculptors, then string musicians like veena, guitar, violin, and they become experts in the field. Also, visual communication, graphic designers, they all prevail in this with a unique talent and mark a stamp in their profession. Any type of art and culture, designing, then painting, art banners, art directors in cinema industry, whichever field they choose, nobody can compete with them. They are very efficient and eminent. Then all the vegetables which are grown beneath the earth, like peanuts, dal, cereals, wholesale, they can do wholesale trading. They can do perishable fruits and vegetables, wholesale trading. 5th house indicates commission trading, manufacturing, photo frame, photo color lab, video shooting. All this they can do. Also, the treasure beneath the earth they can get. Sometimes who are very lucky, we call it Pudayal in Tamil. So the treasure which is beneath the earth, because it's a earth sign, and 5th house is also about lottery. Then all types of Aishwaryams and prestigious position in life they can get. Makara, a house, Mars gets exalted and Guru debilitates. Jupiter debilitates in this house. So sometimes life goes in opposite direction. Mars being the 3rd and 8th lord of Kanya sometimes takes them to great heights. After that, sometimes gives us sorrow, which will be very painful in life. Since 8th lord in 5th house exaltation sometimes gives even Putra Soka. What do you call that, sir? Putra Soka?
We can understand, ma'am.
Loss of child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loss of, or maybe concern with children.
Yeah.
Blemish on the house of children.
Yeah, 8th lord of Kalapurusha getting exalted in the 5th house of Kanya.
Okay.
And sometimes it may lead to adoption of children also. And also Guru's debilitation, because he is the Putra Karaka. Guru is Putra Karaka and he gets debilitated here. So that is why this loss of child sometimes happens for them. Also, Mars being the what do you call? Mars is the lord for younger sibling, right? So 3rd lord exalting and Sukha Sthanadipati Guru getting debilitated. So wealth is enjoyed by others. Not even the adopted child can enjoy the property. People living in normal conditions, this is not possible. So for people who have excessive wealth and property, sometimes what happens is the Kanya Lagna person cannot enjoy the property, whereas others will enjoy his money and property. And also, even if he adopts a child, also sometimes this might happen. Sometimes overgreed will end up in loss because 8th Lord Mars in 5th house of Kalapurusha. Sorry, in 5th house and Kalapurusha's 10th house. So it leads to earnings through illegitimate means. So sometimes he might be tempted to earn money through illegal activities. Share market, betting, all this will sometimes like it will end up in loss. Also, love affair will not work for these people. So even that is not possible. Then the sixth house, we are going to Aquarius, which is the 11th house of Kaal Purusha. Sir, can I have little water?
Please go ahead. I have now added the Purusharthas, the Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, and the Tattvas, fire, earth, air, water, so that students can follow what is being said. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Sixth house, Aquarius, is the 11th house of Kaal Purusha. And Lord is Saturn, the Aries sign. And it is a fixed sign. And stars prevailing here are Dhanishta, Sadaviksha, and Purva Bhadrapada. Sixth house is about loans, debts, hard work. Still, it is a person's victory also. So, and it's a growth house also. It's a growing house. Kaal Purusha's 11th house naturally becomes 6th house. So, victory and success in everything. So, 6th and 11 combination gives success and victory. 6th house being Aries sign, we can say some disputes and quarrels also he might have to face. Then Kaal Purusha's 11th house is the house of profits and gains. And it's a house of friends also. 11th house is house of friends. So for Kanya person, 6th house, always they have some quarrels and fights with friends with regard to their own interest and benefit. Their hard work is always towards profit. So whenever they do hard work, their ambition or aim is only to make profit. Profit is always the primary motive in their mind always. And they calculate their profit in each and every action. Whatever they do, immediately they will work out what is going to be my monetary benefit. That is what they always think. Each and every action, they do it with the calculation and thus get enmity with friends. Also, enmity with elder sibling is also possible because 11th house is also elder sibling. And Lord Saturn, second house from Kanya, that is Lord Saturn gets exalted in the second house from Kanya, that is Tula. So these people have the capacity to argue in the court and win the case. For Aquarius, Tula is Bhagyasthana. So these people can give good judgments in court as judges. Also, no good relationship with father's siblings. That is father's younger or elder siblings. No? Chittappa, Periyappa, we call.
Okay.
So with them also, they don't have good relationship because Saturn is father's sibling. Saturn is always considered as father's siblings, and 11th house is younger sibling of father. Lord Saturn as nakshatra in Moksha Trikona of Kaala Purusha, that is Kataka, Vrichika, and Meena. For Kanya, it is Kama Trikona. So this combination, what happens sometimes, leads to litigation in properties. Also, they may be interested in buying litigated property and get gain out of it. They have, and in case of diseases, they get paralysis. In some cases, no, they are prone to this paralysis related diseases, and it's an Aries sign, Saturn being the Lord. So they get all this type of
You're looking for Vata,
kind of,
Vata diseases.
Yeah, Vata, exactly, Vata diseases. And with regard to calf muscles also, because Shataviksha Nakshatra is our calf muscle.
Calf.
Yeah, and nervous problem. Then some and sometimes this some disorder in the nervous system from head to foot. They have the shivering and something like that. So all these are likely to be prone. Then naturally, Kanya is Kalapurusha's sixth house. So lower abdomen diseases like urinary bladder diseases, blood pressure, hernia, appendix problem, then muscle cramp, small intestine, large intestine. For ladies, it could be white discharge, uterus, excessive bleeding, menstrual bleeding, and also the combination of Saturn and Rahu in Aquarius gives skin problem. Then some people have elephant legs, then kidney problems, and precaution and food restriction will help in immunity building. So that is required. These people never have loans and debts problem. They are much controlled. They do hard work and accordingly they get higher status and economic growth in life. Since this is a Jada Rashi, again this is also a Jada Rashi, Aquarius, Aries sign, and it's a fixed sign. So they have weapons related to metal and sometimes guns and metals. Government jobs, they do very hard work and thereby they get higher positions in government. Since Saturn is fifth lord, they get minister, even they can become a minister in politics, secretary to high level officers and very important government servants. Then airlines business, high posts in MNC companies, foreign services to build good relationship between countries. These are all the probable jobs which they can get. If there is no enmity, they are best friends. But if they get enmity, then that will become lifelong enmity. They will never change their mind. Then coming to the 12th house of Kalapurusha and 7th house of Kanya. That is Pisces, 7th house of Kanya. This is Kalapurusha's Ayana Sayana Bhogasthana. It's a water sign and it's a dual sign. This house, you can see all the bad things which with related to pleasures. Okay. And then also about, you can talk about charities, then about, because the 12th house of Kalapurusha, so charity, then it's also about the good karmas, what we perform. For Kanya, it is Kalatrasthana, that is the house of spouse. Also, it is business partners also can be seen from this house. And also the public contacts and all public, whoever we come into contact is 7th house. Lord Guru, also the Lord of Mother's house. And he is also the Bhagyasthana, that is, he is the Lord of 9th house for Kalapurusha. And for Kanya Lagna person, he is the Lord of 7th house. And for Kalapurusha, it is the house of losses and expenses. So they are more attached to mother than wife. So these Kanya people are sometimes they are more attached to mother than the wife. So that is why sometimes they get some controversial relationship in marriage. And the 7th house becoming the 12th house of Kalapurusha, what happens? It leads to some marital problems, and sometimes extreme cases will go to divorce, and also sometimes it may lead to second marriage, because the 9th lord Venus gets exalted in the 7th house. So the 7 and 9 combination or connection gives second marriage sometimes. But there are some remedies for this. So if you want to avoid second marriage, you have to take a girl from the Rishabha direction, that is east. Because when you take a girl from the 9th house direction, you can avoid second marriages. So that is the remedy here. In Pisces, Venus, the 2nd and 9th lord exalting, and 1st and 10th Lord Mercury debilitates here. For spouse, this Pisces is 3rd and 8th Lord. That is, when I take this as the house of the spouse, Venus will become the 3rd and 8th Lord. He gets exalted in Pisces. And 4th and 7th Lord, Mercury debilitates. Though the spouse is very attractive and intelligent person, she will be very proud and egoistic. Okay, since for Pisces Lagna, the 7th Lord Mercury debilitating in the Lagna, she is not allowed to go for work, even though she is fully equipped to go for a job. This is the main reason for the misunderstanding between husband and wife. So for a Kanya Lagna person, you take Pisces as the 7th house, and that becomes the Lagna for the spouse. And for her, the 3rd and 8th Lord gets exalted here, and the 4th and 7th Lord debilitates. So sometimes this, even though she is very efficient, but she is not allowed to go for a job. So these misunderstandings create some problems in marital life. And this house being a dual sign leads to second marriage. So suggestion is, as I told you, they have to take a girl from the 9th house direction to avoid second marriage. Sometimes before marriage, they might have relationship with married women because 9th Lord Venus exalts in the 7th house. This is also possible in some cases, not in all cases. So before and after marriage, such things might happen. Sometimes they lose their money and wealth in such relationships, as this is the 12th house of Kala Purusha. So they have to be very careful in having relationships also, because they might tend to lose their money because of the 12th house impact. 12th is about losses and expenses. Not only with women, also with business partners, they lose their money as it is the 12th house. And 2nd and 9th Lord Venus getting exalted there in the 12th house of Kala Purusha. That is, the 2nd and 9th is always about wealth. That Lord gets exalted in the 12th house of Kala Purusha, and for him it's the 7th house. After this kind of loss, they marry. See, after getting into some trouble and after learning a lesson, then the second marriage, what they will do is they will marry properly in very, and they get settled in life. So they learn a lesson only through this bitter experience. Also, they get chance of doing some foreign trade on partnership basis, as it is water sign. After marriage, husband and wife travel to foreign countries for business. Their partners are highly benefited. Thus, Kanya Lagna person sometimes he has to face some deceivement also. He will be deceived sometimes because 7 becoming 12. 7th house is water sign. It's a dual sign. 12th house of Kala Purusha. Secret relationships are always there. They never expose it out. Even true friends will not know about them. This house, Lord Guru, prevails in Kama Trikona of Kala Purusha. Mithuna, Tula, Kumbha, these houses are Ardha Trikona for Kanya. So they get high level contacts with people, high level contacts, and also be benefited from them. Then 2nd and 9th Lord Venus exalts in 12th house of Kala Purusha. They have secret investments also, and foreign secret investments are possible. Spouse and business partners are benefited through Kanya people. If they have no tolerance in family, then husband will be in one side and wife will be one side, and they will not have harmony. So tolerance is very important for Kanya Lagna person. Then coming to Mesha, the 1st house of Kala Purusha, 8th house of Kanya. 1st house of Kala Purusha, the Lord is Mars. It's a movable sign. Agni Tattva, Sun gets exalted there. Saturn debilitation. Generally, 8th house is house of longevity. So for Kala Purusha, it's 1st house. For Kanya, it is 8th house. They face a lot of cheating by the society. Society will cheat them and they get dejected and thereby get frustrated in life. generally 8th house determines longevity. Also, it indicates any dangers which they have to encounter in life. Mesha is movable sign and Kanya Lagna, it's a dual sign. So 8th to 8th, that is Vrichikam, is Stira. That is for Kanya, it is 3rd house. So from his 8th house, 8th to 8th is Vrichika, 3rd house. So longevity is very good for them. 8th to 8th is 3rd house. Both lords are Mars. Kaal Purusha's Lagna becomes 8th for Kanya. For longevity, it is very good. So they have a long life.
Mrs. Jaya Ravi,
Yeah.
I think we have reached, we are very close to 2 hours.
Yeah, sir.
So what
Sorry, sorry.
no issues. In fact, we're all glad. We're getting good feedback. Students are requesting for all the Lagnas, but looks like it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah,
so what
sir,
we can do,
see,
we can have
why I'm elaborating is I don't want to miss a single
any point. Yeah, correct. So I think what we'll do, we will have a part 2 of the same Lagna.
Okay.
Once again, we'll try to have it as soon as possible, and then based
Sure,
on a poll request we'll conduct a poll and see which Lagna they want next, because whoever gets the maximum, we will do that the next time. So we'll have, now they're saying let's have a detailed meeting like this once a month. Okay. So we can have it like that. In between, are you okay to take some few questions before we end the session?
Yes, sir.
We got
Sure. Okay.
I got good feedback. So if students,
I thank all the audience for being very patient with me because normally
no, it has taken us into a different way of looking at things. So I'm sure some of the students may have some simple questions. Do not complicate it, because she has been saying right from the beginning that this is most probably going to happen. And as you all know, astrology is a science of tendencies. You must agree that it may not work all the time. Okay. And
that is why I always give a disclaimer before telling some sensitive points.
Points, okay. But the point is, when we study some horoscopes, we do analysis, and then when we see something happening, maybe from whatever we learned today, you can look at it from that Lagna point of view also, and see we get maybe more proof or confidence that, okay, we can use this as an addition to whatever we notice. Yeah. So let's see. Please raise your hand and ask your doubts. Who goes first? We'll have for some minutes, because So Neeraj goes first. Neeraj, can you ask the question up to whatever we have finished? Okay, don't ask outside questions, like don't ask what is for if it is Simha Lagna or something.
No,
like
no,
that.
sir.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening, Neeraj.
Yeah, ma'am. My question is, like whatever you told about the Virgo Lagna, like you were discussing this 8th house. Okay. So we have to see that it is for Virgo Lagna, because many times the things were being repeated for Virgo Lagna. When we were discussing 2nd house, 3rd house from Virgo Lagna, that means they are the general qualities of, we don't see any other thing in that, simply Virgo Lagna, and how it will be 4th house, 5th house impacts what it will be. So I probably missed some link while you started discussing houses for Virgo Lagna, 1st house, 2nd house. Okay. You said Virgo Lagna, 1st house, and Kaal Purusha's 8th house.
Yeah. So like that only you have to incorporate it with the Kaal Purusha's house number. See, 2nd house becomes 7th house, 3rd house becomes 8th house, 4th is 9th, like that. No, you incorporate all the features of the Rashi. So like that, and also the nakshatras, you take into mind the nakshatras prevailing there. And what are the nakshatras
But,
holding ownership houses?
Like, sorry to intervene. Like when you discussed carriers, you discussed carrier in each house from Virgo Lagna. So does that mean that for Virgo Lagna, all these carriers will be good? Or when we come to second, third, fourth, fifth house from Virgo Lagna, then how do we interpolate that which carrier he should go for? Because when we see Virgo independently, or we see Virgo with Libra, Scorpio, or Sagittarius, how do we see the carriers? How do we arrive at it? Which would be the best for him?
See, I have given you so many options, right?
Yeah.
You may be individually passionate about something. See, any one of these, at least it should match your passion. So whichever area you are interested in, and see, after this, you have to, this is for the empty box predictions I am giving you. But based on your planets, again, you have to go into in depth and take the field, the area of field expertise, wherever you are good in, that you can take it. Okay. This is, I am just giving on the basis of the Kaal Purusha Tattvas, incorporating the house numbers. But of course, your planets will also speak. That is 40%. See, I gave you 50 to 60%. Let us not exaggerate. Let us take it as 50%. Okay?
50%.
The balance 50% through your planets you can come to.
Got it, ma'am. Got it.
Yeah, Neeraj, I'll give you some some basic idea about this. Is even if you refer to, let's say, the regular way of reading horoscope from the planets itself. If you see Brihad Jataka, if the 10th house is vacant and the Lord of the 10th is in this Navamsha of Sun, Brihad Jataka doesn't say only one profession. He gives almost 6 or 7. For Sun, he gives 6 or 7. For Moon, he gives. What she's saying is, out of this, you may be interested in one, and if that passion can meet karma, then you will be, usually it's easier for you to work on. So maybe after getting the entire thing, because she's talking about planets exaltation and so on, I am thinking maybe if the planet is exactly in the same place, maybe it's going to be highlighted. For example, if she's saying 6th Lord is exalted, Saturn is exalted in second, she's deriving some statements out of it. What if in the horoscope for a Kanya Lagna, Saturn itself is in exaltation? Maybe that will be more pronounced. Like this, we can build up. So basically, I think this is a building block for the final building. Okay, brick by brick, we are concerned. So it's a fairly good concept. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. That way, it is very elaborate, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. And also, see, modern days has got so many
professions.
In education. Today,
so impossible.
Those days it was only engineering, medicine, and some. But today it is expanding in the different arenas.
Even in medicine, doctor, he is only eye doctor or is only throat doctor. He is not any other doctor.
Exactly.
We have some problems with that. Anyway, it was very good. Who goes next? We'll have some more few minutes, and then we will have to do part 2 immediately, or maybe in a fortnight. Okay.
The next Sunday also same time.
We can.
Free,
yes.
But you have to tell your convenience.
Yeah. We'll definitely within 2 weeks at least we'll have the
What's
part
the
2.
date, if you don't mind?
It's always Sunday. It's always Sunday.
No, Sunday date. I want to know the date.
Today is what? We are on 27th, right? So.
Okay.
1 second. 22nd.
It's 4th, sir. 4th.
Yeah, correct.
4th. Okay. 4th I am available because next Sunday
4th,
I may not be
correct. 4th or 11th, okay, whatever, whichever you choose.
No, 11th I am not available, sir. I am traveling.
Okay.
The 4th I am available.
Sure. Any other question? Kishore?
Yes, Guruji. May I ask a question, Jai Madam?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so when we look at Virgo Lagna, we see that Jupiter is the Kendra Lord 4th and 7th. Does Virgo Lagna have an innate disadvantage because of the 4th Lord being a benefic becomes a malefic? So was that going to be coming up later, Madam? Because Jupiter being the biggest benefic graha, the Virgo Lagnas will be losing out on Jupiter's beneficence.
Yeah, see, normally.
Because of Kendradipatya doshas.
Yeah, normally for Virgo Lagna and also all the Ubaya Lagnas,
The seventh.
this seventh lord becomes
Yeah.
Marakesh and
Badaka also.
Badaka. So that's why Jupiter is not, probably he sees us to be a beneficiary, like your
Exactly.
Guru. I also use,
Yeah.
I use the
Yeah.
term.
I mean, that's right. That's the right way, because Kishore, the actual words is not, it will not turn malefic. It just loses its beneficence.
Yes.
And it stays there. I like that in a middle category. Then maybe after you look into the horoscope, it will change. So the word Kendradipatya dosha is actually not appropriate.
See,
But anyway,
Jupiter
Maharshi says that for Kanya Lagna or even Mithuna Lagna, Jupiter is still Maraka separately. But if you look in Jayalalitha's horoscope, the same Jupiter also gave her the powers. But maybe she passed away in Jupiter Mahadasha. That's a different point, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Jupiter will do certain things depending upon. So maybe she can elaborate whether she's using the seventh lordship Maraka nature into this for whatever question you asked. Okay.
The reason is because of this disadvantage being a huge one, Guruji, because of this the benefits in Kendra's role.
Okay.
That is the reason.
Okay.
Will there be any remedies prescribed, madam, for such defects, for such natural defects?
Yeah, I will actually tell you the remedy also, because my Guru actually is an expert in giving remedies. So as I was talking about the seventh house, I told a remedy. Remember, you have to get a girl from the eastern direction
side. Okay.
Because 7 becomes 12 of Kaal Purusha, and the ninth lord getting exalted in the
Taurus.
7th. So better to get a girl from the eastern direction. That will become like a second marriage. Your first marriage itself will become like a second marriage.
Okay.
Just to nullify that dosha.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah, and similarly, I told you about the miscarriage of children. No? Sometimes they may lose their child and all that. No, for that you have to give the child for adoption. That's the remedy for Kanya Lagna people. It's always better to give the first child adoption to the temple, Vishnu temple, Mahavishnu temple, not to somebody, to the temple. That is the best remedy you can do. That too, within 12 years you have to do. After 12, you can't give adoption.
Very nice. Maybe at the end of every Lagna, you have some time for covering the remedies that you learned from your Guruji.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you, madam, once again for shedding light on this.
Thank you.
So, anyone else?
Can I tell one thing? Yeah, I want to say something, sir.
Yes.
Through characteristics based on the Lagna, sir, if we have confusion whether somebody's Lagna is on the border, sir, we don't know exact Lagna, we can decide.
Yeah,
based on these characteristics.
Yeah, I think we can add. Yeah, that's a nice point. You're talking about birth time rectification in case you want to know, and you ask many questions, and
exactly.
You can use it.
This is what we do actually. This is what we do actually. See, when a person comes with Magara Lagna with the 29 point some degrees, he will come to us. Then we will have a doubt whether he's
29
or Kumbha. So I will ask him whether you got love marriage or arranged marriage. He will say love marriage. Then he will be Kumbha. So like that, we will rectify the Lagna also. Because for Kumbha,
asking
7th
questions.
house, for Kumbha, Aquarius, 7th house becomes the 5th house of Kaal Purusha. So 5 and 7 combination is love marriage. So invariably, all the Kumbha Lagna people will be love marriage, 90%. 10% may vary, but even that my Guru will never accept. He will say, no, your Lagna is not Kumbha. I will not accept. Even if his Lagna point is some midpoint, 15 degrees something, no, he will still not accept. At least if it is in the border, you can say he may go to Meena or Makara. But my Guru, even if it is in 15 degrees, and if he says, I am not love marriage, he will not accept Kumbha.
Accept,
He will change. So based on this, because what he says, this Kaal Purusha Tattva is such a wonderful technique. The Rashis will never change its characteristics, or it will never change for anybody at any cost. It is always the same.
Exactly.
So that is why he fixes Lagna based on the questions. And if somebody from Kanya Lagna, he comes, he will ask the first question, you have pain in your calf muscles, you have headache, migraine. If he says yes, then he's confirmed Kanya Lagna.
Okay.
So based on the diseases, or sometimes he will ask about the house, like, if a Kanya Lagna person comes, is there any temple nearby your house? If he says yes, then he is confirmed Kanya Lagna. Like this, he will do some
many questions.
Verifications.
Good. Okay, so we will end the session here. All good
Thank
things.
You so much, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really happy with the audience too, because they are all so friendly. And the first session itself, they have given me a good feedback. So I'm really proud.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Welcome.
Excellent session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If there is any flaw or any mistake or anything which was inappropriate, which was not appropriate, kindly excuse me and bear with me.
Everything is permitted in astrology. And one more important thing, for those of you who do not know, our Vel Muruganji introduced this great person to us. So he's also here. Vel Muruganji, please.
Thank you, Vel Murugan, sir. Thank you so much for
Very excellent, madam.
Yeah?
Excellent speech, madam. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we'll surely be looking forward. Maybe coming week itself we'll finish off at least this Lagna fully, because then our students can also get the the methodology, and maybe so the next time you talk about some other Lagna, they'll also be prepared. They'll be ready for it.
Oh, I think by now everybody will be framing their own Lagnas and all that.
Yeah. They'll be connecting it, right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Madam, sir, one question may I ask, sir?
Yes, Nagaraj.
Madam, is there any book based on Kaala Purusha itself? Which?
Yeah, sir. There is a book, but in Tamil, sir. Can you read Tamil?
Yeah, I can manage.
Actually, there is a discussion going on with our Guruji for translation of book in English and Hindi.
Okay.
So actually, we are in the
process,
and I think by mid of May next year, it should be released or published.
Very good.
And the translation is also, hopefully by God's grace, I may get it. I don't know. If I'm lucky, I can get it.
Sir, it is more than 1,000 pages, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Oh, it'll be, I can make out, because when she started speaking, this itself will take 4 hours. So for one Lagna, 4 means then 12 Lagnas into, 48 hours. Okay, so this is going to be a long...
Can I make the announcement about the academy?
Please. Yes, please go ahead.
So I'm just giving you some information, dear friends. Actually, next month, in the month of December 17th and 18th, this Kaal Purusha Tatwartha classes are going to be conducted by me at Venmar Academy in Chennai. It's in Badasarvakam, Chennai. So if anybody is interested, can join the live class. Like I will
type the name on the chat. Type the name of the chat.
VNMAR, right?
Yeah, I will send you the...
I'll share it with the students.
Yeah, the posters, I will send it to Mr. Dhilip Kumar, your guru, and he is also my guru now. So I will send it to Guruji, and definitely he will circulate it in the group. If anybody is interested, can join.
I'll be attending the session. So those of you who are interested can join, we'll all meet there.
I'm really nervous, sir.
Okay, so wish you all the very best, and students, please look forward to more from her. There's always knowledge all over the place, so it's up to us to grab as much as we can. Okay, every little thing is going to help you in finalizing a prediction, or when you want to read a horoscope. Everything is going to help you. Don't miss out on anything. Okay, thank you. So Thank you so much. Yes, thank you all. Yes.
Thank you,
Thank-
my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Velmurugan, sir.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
so
you.
what happened of Rupali? She wanted to, she raised her hand and kept, but afterwards she didn't, so she went away, right?
No,
Okay.
sir, I'm
One-
here
one-
only.
Rupali, one thing I thought about you, because
Yeah.
she said two of certain things. So when you brought the cake to me, you bought 2 cakes. So I was thinking maybe that Buddhan, that duality was working. Right?
Yes,
Remember, you made
yeah,
2
yeah.
cakes, instead of 1.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Okay,
Thank
so we'll catch up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.